Today's video is sponsored by PetFlow.com, the leader in pet food delivery.
In today's video, we're gonna cover a couple of classic tricks. How to teach your dog to play dead and how to teach your dog to roll over. Now, tricks are an amazing way to broaden and build communication between you and your dog. Hey, give a big thumbs up for Jacob over here. Also, make sure you're subscribed so you have easy access to all of our dog training videos. Like me on Facebook too, I'll have a link in the description. Jacob's doing really well with tug of war. Tug of war can be such a powerful currency when you're working with a dog. Plus, it's just really fun to play sometimes. You can get toys like this from PetFlow.com. The real benefits of PetFlow.com that I love is the fact that they do automatic pet food delivery. Basically, all you have to do is select the brand of dog food you want and how often you want it delivered. I use the service myself. I have food delivered every 2 weeks and I never have to run to the store. I absolutely love it. If you're interested, get it. Look, he's still going. If you're interested in setting up automatic pet food delivery, just enter code ZAC20 when you check out and you'll get 20% off of your first order. I was working with Jacob a few days ago on Play Dead. Take a look at how that training session went. Play Dead is a total crowd pleaser of a trick, but before you teach this trick or anything else, you want to make sure that your dog has a good association with the word yes, followed by a treat. That way it allows you to have pretty clear communication. You could also use clicker training, which is awesome. I'll have a link in the description that will give you some tips on how to introduce your dog to the clicker. And we also have a fantastic example in there in that particular video on how to teach your dog Play Dead using clicker training. But I think this video is going to be a little bit more detailed. If you're wondering why I have a leash on him, that's just in case he decides to start running around. I want to make sure I have easy control of him. Let's review. You may remember the concept of lure training. That's where you lure your dog into a specific position by using a treat. That was a good example right there. That's it, very good. When we lure train, we're using the dog's nose and their mouth, not their eyes. We're trying to get them to follow the treat so that we can guide them with it. Since the treat is such an important part of lure training, you want to use something really good, really high quality. I recommend something like boiled chicken. But remember, you'll want to use tiny pieces. Trust me on this one. Most people use pieces that are way too big. It's not necessary. He's really into it. I mean, look at the attention. And now I'm going to try and lure him into a down. It's a little unconventional, but it's working here. I think you're getting the idea. Good ball, boy. And you know, he's looking for some love there. That's much more important than simply throwing food at your dog. Always be really genuine and sincere with them. Now, once you've got your dog into a down like this and they're responding to the lure, look at that, back and forth. I'm gonna give him one for following the lure. Then you're ready to go on to the next step. Notice the dog's hips. Usually dogs will shift to one side, so it makes more sense now to go this way because his hips are in position. It's important to be flexible when you're asking them to follow a lure into a play dead. Yes, good. I mean, right there, you could tell he's thinking, he's on the right track. It's important to take baby steps. You know, you don't want to try and do it all at one time. You want to just have nice little bits of progress. The chicken and his nose need to stick together. See, if they get too far apart, you lose the connection. That was a good example right there. Yes, good. So close. Our goal is to get him on his side, whereby we can tell him play dead once he achieves that position. Play dead. I like it. This is a start. We're getting there. Look how slow I'm moving. You gotta find the sweet spot. If at first you don't find that, that's normal. Be patient. It's not really about the trick. You're really bonding with each other. You're learning how to communicate together. And that's the real treasure in teaching tricks like this. Some dogs are more comfortable on their side. Some dogs are more comfortable on their back. It really just depends on yours. But either one constitutes a pretty awesome play dead. What you want to avoid is forcing your dog over. No matter how close they are, they'll likely develop a bit of a complex if you do that. So be patient and be disciplined to really get them to do it on their own. Yes, good. I'm gonna just really throw a bunch of chicken in his mouth right there because he did really awesome by falling over. He's doing great. I've got momentum. Play dead. Yes. You could see him right there. He stopped following the lure for just a moment. And now he's starting to be like, oh, when I do this, this gets me a treat. All right, cool. Now I believe we're gonna see him just fall into it in a moment. Look at that. See that? Yes, play dead. Very good. And right now, I'm loving this. I like that he's on his back here. I'm gonna keep treats coming to him to let him know that I like when he stays there. Good. Yes, you're doing awesome. As your dog gets accustomed to following the lure like this, your next step is to start morphing your lure into a hand signal. You'll come up with your own version of this, but rather than just holding the treat like this, you can start to take the treat out of your hand and maybe he'll follow it. Yes, play dead. I love it. So that was a few days ago, and I'm really curious to see how Jacob is doing on his play dead now. Hopefully he's at the point where we can take his play dead to the next level and teach an impressive rollover. Come on, buddy, let's go. I'm gonna give him kind of a partial lure here. And right there, did you see that? That's the magic moment. Play dead, stay. Yes, good job, that was awesome. Did you see that? So we got like an extra second of stay right there. Eventually you'll be able to stop saying stay. Your dog will kind of get that they need to stay there in order to get rewarded. Sit, down, good. Watch this, stay, yes, good. Once you've gotten your dog to play dead, roll over is like just a couple of minutes extra. We're already over halfway there. As you can see, whoa, buddy. As you can see, since Jacob is so wound up right now, we're gonna go play with him in the backyard. Get some of that energy out. Remember, if you're teaching your dog fetch and they don't have a solid retrieve, always have them on a long lead like this so you can encourage them to come back to you if you need to. Come on. Come on. Get over here. Yes, that was a good one. Now that he's tired, I think he's gonna do a lot better. Sit. Yes, very good. Lie down. Look how much better already. Yes. Now we want to encourage him to keep going so he goes into a rollover. So like this, yes, but look. Yes, rollover. Very good. Come here, jackpot reward. We'll give him an extra big reward there for doing extra wonderfully. And if you find that they're just kind of like staying in their position, feel free to get a little more animated. This way, get it, good, this way. And here, look at that. I'm already phasing out the lure and phasing in a hand signal. I didn't have to have the lure right at his nose that time. That may evolve from roll over like this to roll over to roll over to roll over. Look at you. Nice job. And that is ultimately what you're trying to achieve, being able to stand up and have him go into a rollover. He really got onto this concept though super, super quick. I'm really, really proud of him. I want to give a special thank you to our patrons on patreon.com/ZachGeorge. You guys really make it possible for us to do what we love doing, which is raising the standards in dog training. And I really believe that we're making gains in that goal with every single video that we make. Become a greater part of our community by liking me on Facebook. I'll have a link in the description, as well as a few more videos for you to take a look at. Hey, change the way you buy dog food and help us change the way people teach dogs. Petflow.com/ZachGeorge, enter code ZACH20 when you check out, and you'll get 20% off of your first order. Boy, you're so rambunctious. You want to play, don't you? Hey, roll over. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, buddy. Good job.
Did you guys enjoy the video? You might like these others too. Clicker training is a fantastic way to get better at your timing, a vital part of teaching a dog. If your dog has a lot of energy like Jacob, fetch training is a must. See how to teach your dog the perfect fetch for everything you need to know. Did you see Jacob's last video? You may not have heard of it, but the Leave It Look at Me combo is essential if you want a really well-behaved dog, especially around distractions. Thanks again to our patrons on Patreon and to all of my wonderful subscribers. We'll see you guys in the next one.